When news breaks, there's one station that breaks it fast, fresh, credible, and fresh. This is the Ruan Morning Update on Brunch FM with our correspondents from across that area, beginning 7 a.m.
Will happen across local content and Samuel Boy reporting on Europe Update on Russian FM and UC Willie Jr. from Kirkham, Miami County. From Sun County, this is Sagacious Success Barrow.
We go beyond the news. We explain the news. We stay on top of local happenings from across the country. This is the Raw Update on Brunch FM.
What a pleasant good morning and welcome to Rural Update. The 1 4-hour presentation here. Very shortly we'll go across the country to speak with our rural correspondents to bring up to speed with happenings. So it's always good to be here in the morning. It's always good to be here in the morning from Monday to Friday, talking about giving you reports as well from our rural correspondents. So good morning, wherever you are this morning, and it's always good to have you there listening to the program Rural Update. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning to the listening audience.
Okay, so we're hoping this morning to go to Nima County, Balkan County, Lofa, Maigibi, Sando, Grand Bassa this morning to speak with our rural correspondent as it relates to happening in their area this morning.
So let's take it from Nima County this morning.
Okay.
Let's try to get our Nima County correspondent.
Agnostic Dan.
Yes.
Trying to connect with him this morning to give our updates what's happening there in Nima County this morning. So it's a rural update. Good morning, wherever you are, however you're doing. It's good to have you on the program. It's a 1 hour presentation, 7 a.m. to 8.
We are still trying to get G. Augustine down.
We'll speak with our correspondent across the country.
Okay, we got. Oh my word! We are still trying to get G. Augustine down. I think something is happening to his line. Something is happening to his line. Okay, let's pause. Okay. Good morning, G. Augustine Dan. Good morning.
Augustine, good morning.
Good morning, Jeremiah. How are you?
Okay.
I'm fine, thank you. I'm here with Tako.
Oh, Tako. Good morning, Tako and Jeremiah. How are you guys doing?
Well, we are doing okay. How is Kansas City?
Kansas is very calm this morning. Are you getting me clear?
Yes, we are getting
Very loud
and
and clear.
Great.
We are getting report from Nima County that says police arrest a pastor in Nima for brutalizing journalists. Bring us up to speed with this development.
Thank you. The incident took place in Sanakole this week, on the 26th of July, that marked Liberia's 174th independence anniversary. A pastor by the name of Eric Kua from the Zor region around the station number 3 in Nima County walked to the compound of Radio Nima after he had persistently requested the management of Radio Nima, the modern radio station in Nima, to grant the airtime to produce a religious program. But the management referred him to the leadership of the Sankole Christian Fellowship. And so when he knew that the management was not, willing to bring in the opportunity to produce the program on the radio, he walked to the compound of the radio station on the 26th, on the night of the 26th of July. That was a Monday, and began to use, invectives. In the process, he later on started throwing stones at workers of the radio station. And one of the workers, Joseph Umwe, was hit and he sustained some injuries. And so when he committed the act, he escaped the scene. And after a few days of search, he was arrested by police at a Calais View residence in Sankole on Thursday. And as we speak, Pastor Eric Kura is undergoing police interrogation. In Sankole, he is believed to be, in fact, he claims to be pastor of the Harvest Intercontinental Ministry, previously called the Vector War Outreach Ministry.
Augustine, had there been any confusion between the journalist involved and the pastor? Had there been incident of such before, or this is the first of it?
This is the first time Jeremiah, like I said, the pastor had requested the management of the radio station to allow him airtime to produce his program, and when his request was turned down by the management, he decided to go that route to use invectives, and he later on resorted to throw stones, during which he wouldn't want to start with the radio station. But there had not been any scuffle or stand-up between him and workers of the radio station.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Every day things are happening. But what is the condition of the journalist right now?
Well, the journalist is responding to treatment. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. There was some minor injuries, but as we speak, he's back on his feet. And he's going about his normal activities.
When something like this involves journalists and the religious person, there are a lot of things that people say, in the public or in the community. What are you getting from people as well? I said incident of such when they involve a journalist and a religious person, and people usually says a lot of things. What are you getting from the public as well?
Oh yes. When the incident was reported, Jeremiah, even on the social media here, and people have been criticizing. In fact, there are some people who are even linked to the Intercontinental Ministry, and they were like denying the pastor's affiliation with the church. Usually when the child does the wrong thing, the pastor will shift the blame on the mother will say the father attitude. But if the child does the right thing, and the father will be knocking at church, so this is my son, I'm proud of my child. And this is exactly what has happened to the pastor. His affiliation with the church has been denied by the public, by members of the public, and some are saying, and that attitude is not expected of someone who claims to be a servant of God. And so, even though we are yet to verify or to authenticate his affiliation with the church, whether he's truly the pastor of the Harvest Intercontinental Church or not.
Wow. Okay, Gus. Anything before we take leave of you?
So far, so good. We are taking here monitoring activities across Nima. Beginning the weekend today, and so as we are now going out there to hustle so that we can start fresh for Monday with more happening across Nima County.
Okay. Gus, thank you this morning for that report.
Thank you, Dr. Jeremiah. Have a very pleasant day.
Augustine Dunn is our Nima County correspondent. You heard him. The pastor allegedly to the victim of journalists there in Nima County.
Pastor Nicholas Insurance.
Yeah, so it's so let's try to go to Bond County to speak with our Bond County correspondent Daddy Cody. David, good morning, Daddy Cody. Daddy Cody, good morning. Daddy Cody, are you there? Good morning. I mean, it's difficult to get to Daddy Cody this morning. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I don't know what's happening to this line. Finding it difficult to get to him. But I keep trying this morning. Uh, let's keep trying. Daddy Cody this morning to bring up to speed what happening in Nimrod. That's a Bond County this morning. Daddy Cody, good morning. Good morning, Daddy Cody. I think this line should have some problem. Kapok, let me get that. Let me get that. Let me get that line for you. Okay.
That's the
Daddy Cody, just hold on a bit. Let me try to connect you on this other line. Uh, this other line here. Daddy Cody, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
that is
How are you this morning?
I'm working Jeremiah, and how you doing as well?
I'm fine, thank you. How is Bangor Bond County?
It's good. Just that we, having some level of, due this morning for as usual. Because, this really thing is like we are in drastically see the quantity due for it. But it's okay.
Okay, that's good. Um, an inhabitant of David Town, electoral district number 3, younger Moses called on humanitarian to come to her aid.
So, Younger BN is a resident of the electoral district number 3, and of recent, she called on, humanitarian organization, goodwill individual, and to help her. Currently, she have 3 living children, and her husband is ill. She as well, she's ill, and currently she finds difficult to, cater to her kids, and she using the video to call humanitarian to come to her aid, especially with the current position of her husband in this university.
What is she doing, to survive as well as the kids? What is she doing currently?
You need to be aware, people who normally live in the villages, some of them, live on this farming and she's involved, with family, but apparently she's not doing anything because of her condition, the condition of her husband. So she's using that medium to, call on goodwill individuals, to come to her aid, especially people who normally, help people with, disability and so forth.
What specific assistance did she mention when you interview her? What was that specific assistance that she is in dire need of?
Yes, you mentioned full attendance. You also talked about, sending her kids to school because they are there and none of them are attending school. And she also called on people to help her in that situation.
Wow, so sad, so sad. We're hoping those listening as well uh, can come to aid as quick as possible. It's so sad this morning. Daddy Cody, thank you this morning for that report, and we're looking forward to
And Jeremiah, just before we go this morning,
mm,
a recent reported about, one Melvin who was identified, there around the Yasana crossing point,
yeah.
and the body is currently there, the body is still there, and the family members of Melvin, they are currently, demonstrating what body is still lying in the water. And the body is still there. Currently, we are getting reports that a man and his son were the one who allegedly murdered this young man in question. So the body is still in the water was the people, a family member of Melvin, disturbance in the town and beating on people and so forth.
So up to now, we haven't seen a security officers to.
Since Monday, July 26th, the body is still there in the water.
Wow. Okay, Daddy Kote, thank you, and we will get to you for more of that development.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Daddy Kote David is our Bond County correspondent. There, giving an update as it relates to happening there in Bond County. Um, you have Sano County on the line. Okay, let's try to go to Lofa County. Why Tapo connect with our Sano County correspondent? Let's try to go to Lofa County. I speak with our Lofa County correspondent this morning. Samuel Boda from Lofa County. He's our Lofa County correspondent. As you may be aware, there was a huge protest yesterday in Lofa County. The pro Samokai supporters as well, demanding the National Electoral Commission to certificate the Senator elect Brandon J. Samokai. Sanabola Isabo, our Lofa County correspondent. Do we have Sano there?
Yes, try to connect.
Okay,
Son of County correspondent.
let's see what we have. Samuel Boda on the line this morning. Samuel, good morning. Samuel, good morning. Samuel, I can't get Samuel.
Can get
See, we
Samuel.
have
We have the Lofa, San Luis County
Sano County
correspondent on the
correspondent
line.
already on the line.
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody. This is Gordon to all those loved ones to watch having this program. That's why I have to blew up all day. I'm excited to be on the radio.
How is Sano County this morning?
Well, South County is relatively quiet and relatively, this is one of the most peaceful counties you can find in my area.
Citizens of Sano County are calling on the president to speedily appoint fiscal affairs superintendent as the county has gone with no fiscal affairs superintendent for close to a year. What is happening?
Well, you are quite correct. Since the days of, the village, fiscal affairs superintendent who is given that we, close to a year now, the county has operated without fiscal affairs superintendent. And this is against the direct, the conclusion within the Senate Legislative Caucus. As we were aware throughout the process of our personal assessments of the first matter we are emphasized, the need for the Legislative Caucus of Science to watch one. According to him, if the leaders can never work the things that are necessary to the country, would not be actualized. And so the issue of the fiscal affairs supposed to make a very very right. When the issue of funding comes, these levels are highest interest. That levels are also highest interest. And so when they cannot be eye to eye, the issue of funding becomes a problem. And so things that the fiscal affairs support and give words to the size of the no fiscal affairs support because each level we have used on our own trust. So when the president visited signed it, one of the issues raised by the president by citizens, and according to the president, those issues can only be turned to lawmakers. So the lawmakers need to come together and interview and make some recommendations. Since the president left the building, there have been no appointment made thus far. So the citizens are calling on, the president, he was calling on, the legislators of the council to speedily, recommend this affairs about and only for the president to, to have, their recommendation approved for confirmation. But again, we are getting rumors, credible ones, reports that, two days have surfaced. And yes, where there's the issue of, who I want, what's my interest. We are getting credible reports that two things have surfaced. And one of those, is on Telegram number, remember, on Telegram number, one set of groups of a fiscal advice about in the region of Mount Ellie, Johnson, Sweden. And another gentleman's son, name has also surfaced, yes, as with the reservoir to the Tokyo appointed. But according to that report, two senators, interest or have recommended one of the names, and two that they have recommended one of the names. So we look out to see what is going to be whether who has come to our secret to the president, or it will be the same sound that we will cover official thing.
Oh, Sagacious. In what form and manner are the citizens requesting the government to appoint their fiscal affairs superintendent?
Well, to a peaceful vote. Very peaceful vote. In fact, the concerned citizen, according to the chairman of the Senate, the chairman is suggesting for what we're to do. On a greater food and drinking. And I said earlier, the president said the recommendation can risky, true, yes, so we are moving it for the legislature, greater food and drinking, to speed up the process, run the president to ensure that the government president is being appointed.
Wow. Okay, Sagasha, anything before to leave of you this morning?
Well, that's fine. But we want to be you by tomorrow again to provide the necessary information our people need. That's always been a great national teacher. Like I said, this will be credible to opportunities, sincerity, and dedication.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sagacious. Hope to join you tomorrow.
Okay, Sagasha Manwudu is our Sano County correspondent. We're taking a short break and to be right back this morning. Taking a very, very short break to be right back.
There's one station that breaks it fast. When news breaks, there's one station that breaks it fast, fresh, credible, and fresh. This is the Rural Morning Update on Brunch FM with our correspondents from the Grassland area, beginning 7 a.m.
Be happening across Lofa County and Samuel Boy, reporting on Rural Update on Russian FM and Jerome Virginia from Katan by Gidi County.
From Sun County, this is Sagacious Success Barrow. We go beyond the news, we explain the news, we stay on top of local happenings from across the country. This is the Rural Update on Brunch FM. When news breaks, there's one station that breaks it fast, fresh, credible, and fresh. This is the Rural Morning Update on Branch FM with our correspondents from the Grassland area beginning 7 a.m.
We happening across Lofa County and Samuel Boy, reporting on Europe Update on Russian FM and UC Virginia from Katan, Maigibi County.
From Sun County, this is Sagacious Success Barrow. We go beyond the news, we expand the news, we step on top of local happenings from across the country. This is the Rural Update on Branch FM. When news breaks, there's one station that brings it fast, fresh, credible, and fresh. This is the Rural Morning Update on Branch FM with our correspondents from the Grassland area beginning 7 a.m.
We happening across Lofa County and Samuel Boy, reporting on Europe Update on Russian FM and UC Virginia from Katan, Maigibi County.
From Sun County, this is Sagacious Success Barrow. We go beyond the news, we expand the news, we step on top of local happenings from across the country. This is the Rural Update on Branch FM.
Hello, my name is Samuel Wozu. I'm here to advise you that COVID-19 is back in Nigeria, so please stay safe. All you guys from the area along the line, stay safe.
Good morning, Jerome. Good morning. Okay, Jerome, welcome to the Rural Morning Update on Brush FM.
The pleasure of your platform.
How is Maggie County this morning?
So Maigibi County, we are doing good. We have friendly weather this morning, and everything is going traffic is cut down by Maigibi County.
The news bring us up to speed about the news we are hearing as protest is on the way today in Kakata, Maggie County for Joe journalist Saros Adiakona.
Yeah, not today, in particular. It was on yesterday. It was on yesterday protest was held by a group of the National Emergency Youth Movement. Calling for the video release of children in Saros Adiakona, who was put behind bars at the counter on Thursday evening, and a case between the former superintendent of Maigibi County West and Saros Adiakona. And to be honest with you, I gave all my investigation and claimed that the Saros Adiakona that he was not given a fair trial or at the court, at my Israel court in Kakata, Maigibi County. And on yesterday morning, I went to the court, but the court failed to speak to journalists because the days of court matter. They don't have a 3-hour independent. They coming from the judiciary, they should come from the spokesperson of the judiciary branch of government. But 2 hours investigation for authority and was Saros Adiakona did not mention anything about war He's not even taught everyone don't feel that the hope refused. But on yesterday morning, he was still, Saturday, he was found by his family members and friends because the protester went at the sports general hall. There were two groups of people at the school general hall. Some went there to protest and protest trial of Simon and the correct. Some went there to appeal. And this morning, yesterday, he has spoke to Simon and the correct and mobile phone. Simon said to me and they said that they he was not in the best trial. The first thing that his phone was taken for him when he was carrying at the cook. But I also asked the police commander or the police head investigated the case there at Canada police station. He mentioned that the case there and at the police station since the 20th. Because remember, before that, not just welcome project at the Red PHA hospital here in Canada and in Canada. The situation been there for 1 week. And they have all the both parties and Simon and the other was the one who insisted for them to go to court and people now. Sarah has just spoke on the community radio station and his residence in this region of Comarca County.
Okay. So another development emerging from Margibi County says a renowned businessman and humanitarian, Emmanuel Yah, promised to provide shelter for marketers in the General Kagata market. So bring us up to speed with that.
Yes, that's not correct. And I said it on yesterday. It was yesterday morning that at 11 o'clock when marketeers of the General Kagata market called from this man and Mr. Emmanuel Yah and towards meeting yesterday in Bachelor community. And during the consultation meeting, and they asked Mr. Yah and to help them with shelter. And there are two groups of marketeers. We call them the first one is the Toka group, and the other one is to have the reason for such is that the general market here the general market here in Ghana, if you go at the police station here in Ghana today, another market there, I want to say for the guy issues that people will be street and come into the general market. So that is picture for the people for the market here in Ghana. And so the group spoke for the draft, set up the news below. He asked for a reminder to provide shelter in terms of things. And things and need to help them have place to sell because the market we don't have street data. And I asked him this question, and do you have email or staff? And he said yes. He said the authority of the market in Kakatan and in sport. And also the Mansano and also expressed the same desire in terms of cooking about Mr. Emmanuel Yah. Even though he had a political issue and he almost said a friend indeed is a friend indeed, and he responds to both parties because he has practiced to provide and he's over 21 one thing for the both group in the General Kakaka market.
So the bundle of zinc he provided, will he be the one to undertake the whole project?
No. They started the project already, and he said, I'm going to help you, but as scratching of that, you should be able to scratch your stomach. They started the structure already. And I went on the thing yesterday. I saw the capital and laid the people to the I think one of the biggest things or what it is a photo I think for my own
Okay. So was the market estimated, the project, was it estimated?
I had a spokesman from him said he cannot call the total amount but he estimated he said the bottle of zinc will cost one bottle of zinc will cost $75 million. So we're talking about over one thing we talk where maybe you'll be a tool of almost fast food disorder US of
Okay, Jerome, before we take leave of you, any development from that end that we have not touched?
No, nothing. So we still are waiting the candidate of the active candidate officer. I read it today, board, and I spoke to the active candidate officer to know the update of the Dennis coronavirus pandemic. But he said to me that he has lots of work to do. And so I asked him, what are some of the work we need to know the status of Nigeria to come to update of the country of horizon. And he promised to reach to me in the soonest possible time. And maybe it will be on today or on tomorrow. But for my head, not too much in fact.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning, Jerome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being on the platform this morning.
Well, that was the voice of our Margibi County correspondent, Jerome C. Willie Jr.
Yeah, so let's try to go to Lofa County to speak with our Lofa County correspondent, Samuel Baladisco. Samuel, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
How is Lofa County this morning?
Well, Lofa good this morning.
How is the situation with the protester? Yesterday, it was a kind of tense protest in Lofa County, supporters of former defense minister, Senator-elect Brandon J. Samoka. How is it now in Lofa County?
Well, everything is under control. Both on the elected normal activities are going on. Everything is on course. And as the record said yesterday, when I meeting, the only thing Muslims are now looking for the friends of some kind to support the sympathizers are now saying that, well, they're going to be 3 hours release in the next 2 or 3 hours because 7 of our supporters have come back, where you have 6 men and 1 female. But all happened yesterday, as record said in the morning, when the supporters and the sympathizers of Senator-elect Brennan Samuka engaged at the street. And according to them, they said, well, the first engagement, they gave the government 7-day ultimatum, but the government did not adhere to it. Based on that, yesterday, all of them got together continuously, where people of Georgia district got up to Georgia City, and also for Bonjaman district are in the county seat where it's Bonjaman City, and also people of the Foya Territory district are in Foya City where is seat for Foya district. Based on that, all of them carry on the same protest. People of Bonjaman went on the administrative compound and locked the administrative buildings, including the commissioner office, where it becomes serious session. But before reaching there, the security were already on the alarm because matter of fact, they were notified that yesterday they were going to protest. And based on that, the security wanted to put the situation under control peacefully, posted they are not doing any harm, but they were going to unlock the office of the superintendent of Williams and the Kamari County superintendent, and they locked the office of the superintendent and couldn't go to work. In an effort for the security intervention, along with the county superintendent, they deemed it necessary where they were able to release them. But when it comes to the other tension again, that started in the same county seat where the supporters of the former candidate, Councilor Chus, Jara, went on the scene and started engaging the protesters as well. They didn't ask for foundation why they could come on the street and protest. Because another period again, because another career where the protesters seriously brought out another tension. Based on that, 7 persons were arrested. But we tried to communicate to the police commander, William Johnson, the county commander, where he said 7 persons were arrested because they went and locked the administrative building. Based on that, it is not only the commissioner office, for matter of fact, and they have other issues to be addressed on the county level, international level, but if the office will be closed, that means the whole development aspect or the discussion for the county, everything going to be shifted because of their personal issue. And again, we follow to FOIA, where FOIA trained massively, but on the contrary aspect, FOIA started their own with the statutory superintendent from Colonel Thomas Sandi, where they locked his office. And again, they went to the city mayor, they locked the city mayor office. For contrary aspect, while they were going to the city mayor office, the city mayor left the scene, and the city mayor locked office. But when they went there too, before another last day, they went to the commissioner office, where it becomes serious for the including, according to the chairman, Tanya Daniel Kopa disclosed that one of their protesters were taking the photo while all going on because normally when those things happen, they will say, well, they went in the commissioner office, they took material that how they wanted to do all the events to record all the events that was going on. Based on that, the commissioner said, well, one of the protesters cannot record him. That's how he pushed the protester, the car was spoiled, the car to push the commissioner. But he couldn't be the commissioner, and that's why the post said, well, the commissioner was flogged. Based on that, we make a follow up to the commissioner office where he was to police station, and later we spoke to him. He said, well, master victim with city cards, those are testing. But according to him, he said, well, it is good. He supported us, and also our friends of the CDC wanted to go and revenge. When you have already talked to them, he said he encouraged them to remain silent. Said the police have said it will launch the investigation to the whole person. But matter of fact, what I said, well, this is just the beginning, this is just the fresh drop of water. In subsequent time, if they cannot address their issue, and they don't want for the issue to be that they will not certificate Samuka. Matter of fact, they only want for Samuka to be certificated. Send those people took the decision this December 2020, matter of fact, that decision sustained. Then they will say Samuka is gated, we will not certificate Samuka. That's going to be another critical issue they're going to be addressing the government.
Wow. When the president, Josh Manawia, visited Lofa County during the nationwide tour, one of the lawmakers in presence of Representative Yumane made an appeal to the president concerning this saga. But the president said this is a legal issue and it should be handled by the legal people, especially the Supreme Court. What is it that the citizen can wait till the Supreme Court come up with it ready? What is happening?
Well, they are saying that the government already involved. As a matter of fact, if the government cannot be involved, then the Supreme Court could have bring out the verdict. But the government go to the Supreme Court. And they say, well, matter of fact, the authorities are representing the government in the district because they were placed on that. Why you can go to the Supreme Court branch, which is magisterial court or sacred court in Bonjama, leaving that point to the administrative building, going to local authorities. They said, well, local authorities have right to call their boss, the president, to tell him that, well, local say enough is enough. If Samuka is now elected, if Samuka is now certificated, seriously, they're going to take serious action against the government. They said, well, they're not going to wait again. They have waited to this person movement. Lofa is not represented. And not only Lofa, they are talking about the nation as a whole. The nation's going to carry 30 senators, but why they are carrying for the serious issue and they're not going to wait until they hear from the government. They will continue the protest. As I said, this one was just the beginning. Another one going to be a critical voting base, another one going to be. But all of us are waiting to see whether the press release they're going to bring when it comes to the 7 persons that were arrested. And the other issue was the threat for the commissioner of Bonjama district, Mauro. Mauro was the head of Bonjama Kudu, and also he was arrested in his behalf. I currently speak to you.
Okay, Samuel Boda, thank you this morning, and we're looking forward to getting detailed of the police investigation on Monday.
Okay, thank you ever so much. You're welcome.
Enjoy your weekend, though.
Thank you.
Okay, Samuel Boda is our local county correspondent there, bringing us to the close of the correspondent segment of rural update this morning. We're sorry we couldn't go to Grand Bassa County to speak with our Grand Bassa County correspondent. We made our effort, but that didn't work out this morning. Okay.
Fiction that brings it fast, fresh, credible, and fresh. This is the Rural Morning Update on Brunch FM with our correspondents from the Glasgow area, beginning 7 a.m.
Be happening across Lofa County and
When news breaks, there's one station that brings it fast, fresh, credible, and fresh. This is the Rural Morning Update on Brunch FM with our correspondents from the Glasgow area, beginning 7 a.m.
be happening across Lofa County and Samuel Boy, reporting on Rural Update on Gresham FM and UMC Virginia from Curtin, Mahibe County.
From Sun County, this is Sagacious Success Barrow. We go beyond the news. We explain the news. We stay on top of local happenings from across the country. This is the Rural Update on Brunch FM.
So that's it this month. Abba, we have to go for what you have to say.
Well, nothing much to say. All I want to say is that Laverne should remain peaceful and observe the COVID-19 health protocols.
Saturday. So that's it, folks. We're taking our usual weekend break, and we're gonna be back on Monday with more captivating stories from our rural correspondent. So thank you so much for those of you watching on Sen TV and Brush TV Live. We want to say thanks so much for watching. Until then, we have been Jeremiah Mobile and Tapo Silva. Bye bye.
There's one station that brings it fast, fresh, credible, and fresh. This is the Rural Morning Update on Brunch FM with our